Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that's kind of like a secret weapon for the world's smartest companies, the Enterprise Data Catalog. And for this deep dive, we're leaning on this fantastic book on the subject by Olli Ollisen-Begno. All right, let's jump right in.
Okay, let me start with a question, and I bet you've all felt this. Isn't it wild how you can find basically anything on the internet in, half a second? But then you get to work, and you need to find that one specific report, and suddenly it's this huge, frustrating treasure hunt. Why is that? Why is finding our own stuff so incredibly hard?
And look, if you felt that frustration, you're not alone. That feeling of hitting a brick wall, it's not just you. It's a very real, very big problem inside almost every large company out there, and it costs so much in wasted time and just pure frustration.
The author of our source material just nails this feeling right in the preface of his book. He calls it what it is, this difficult, time-consuming, sometimes impossible search. We've all been there, right? Clicking through a maze of folders, bugging coworkers, and coming up with nothing? So what's really going on here? What's the villain in this story?
Well, the villain has a name, and it's data silos. This right here is the core reason why searching for things at work is a nightmare compared to searching online.
So what is a data silo? Think about it like this. The marketing team has its data over here in its own little world. Finance has its data over there in a completely separate system. Engineering, same story. They're all working in isolation, totally unaware of what the others have. The book has this great term for it, corporate amnesia. It's like the company itself has forgotten what it knows because everything is locked away in separate rooms.
And the fallout from this is it's huge. Nobody can see the whole picture. Really valuable insights just get lost in the shuffle. Your data scientists, they end up spending most of their time just hunting for data, not actually analyzing it. And the worst part, you get two different teams doing the exact same work because neither one knew the other was already on it. It's just so inefficient.
Okay, so you'd think solving a modern problem like this would take some crazy cutting-edge tech, right? But here's the twist, and I love this part. The big idea, the core principle we need, is actually more than 2,000 years old.
Yeah, we're going way back. Think ancient Egypt to the Great Library of Alexandria. This place was the center of the world's knowledge. But imagine, they had tens of thousands of scrolls. It was a data problem on an epic scale. How on earth did anyone find anything?
Well, the guy in charge, a librarian named Callimachus, he was smart. He knew he couldn't possibly read every single scroll. That was impossible. He needed a shortcut, a system. And what he came up with? Well, it was brilliant. So brilliant, we're still using his basic idea today. He created something called the Pinaques. You can think of it as the world's very first library catalog. And here's the genius move. The Pinaques didn't have the contents of the scrolls in it. No way. It just had information about the scrolls. Things like who wrote it, what the title was, and what it was about. It was an index of labels, or as we call it today, metadata.
And that's our key word right there, metadata. It's a fancy term for a simple idea, data about other data. So for Callimachus, the metadata was the author and title. For your company, the metadata is a column name or when a file was created or what type of data is in a table. It's the label on the outside of the box, not everything that's stuffed inside it. Simple as that.
Okay, so how does this 2,000-year-old library trick help us with our modern-day data mess? Well, we take that exact same principle and we use it to build a search engine for your entire company.
That's exactly what an enterprise data catalog is. It's our modern-day Pinaques. It's a piece of software that goes out and creates one big, searchable inventory of all the data your company has, no matter where it's hiding. It becomes the one single place you go to find anything.
And this image here shows you exactly how it works. You can see the data catalog in the middle, and it's connecting to everything, all your databases, your cloud storage, even spreadsheets. It's creating a map of your entire data world. And this is so important. It doesn't actually move any of that data. It just figures out where everything is and what it's called.
Now, this is probably the most brilliant part. Check it out. On the left, you've got the real sensitive data, right? Like customer names. But look at what the data catalog sees on the right. It only sees the labels, the metadata, like the column name. It never ever copies the sensitive stuff. So what does that mean? It means everyone can search the map to see what data exists, but without actually seeing the private information itself. It's all the discovery with none of the risk. It's a total game changer.
So once you solve this massive search problem, it's not just about saving a few hours here and there. No, it's way bigger than that.
You start to unlock the real power of all the data your company has been collecting for years.
It really boils down to 3 huge wins. Number 1, discovery. Obvious, right? People can actually find what they're looking for. That leads to number 2, better governance. You finally have a bird's eye view of all your data so you can manage it properly. And when you put those 2 together, you get number 3, innovation. Real, meaningful innovation that's powered by data.
So let's bring it all home. The data catalog is the hero of our story. It's the thing that finally breaks down those data silos we talked about. It puts the power back where it belongs, with your people, your analysts, your data scientists. They're not just guessing anymore. They can find, understand, and most importantly, trust the data they're using.
And looking ahead, the author paints this really cool picture. He says the data catalog is going to evolve. It's not just some tool for the tech team, it's becoming a full-blown company search engine. Basically, a Google for everything your company knows. Just think about that for a second. How powerful would that be?
And that really leaves us with one final question to chew on. If data silos give your company amnesia, then a data catalog gives it a perfect memory. So just ask yourself, what could your company achieve if it could finally, truly remember everything it knows?